We've got Kristina Williams back here on the program. She's going to be taking on Bruna Ellen at Bellator 210 on November 30th. Kristina, how are you today?
I'm doing really good. How about you?
I'm doing very well. I appreciate you asking. I'm doing great. And it's the start of the week. It's Monday. What does a typical Monday generally look like for you?
Usually I'm at the gym in the morning or early afternoon, getting a good strength and conditioning workout in. And then I'll be back at the gym about 5 and so doing some more MMA stuff. So
Okay.
it's a pretty good day for me.
Yeah, I'd say so. And are you like an early riser? Like how early do you get up and when does your day start?
It just depends, like 8 or so. Like I'm not like a super early riser. I've always been like not a morning person at all.
Okay. That's interesting. I find that a bit surprising because I know you like horses and you're all into the horseback riding stuff. So I figured you would be up earlier, but I guess the horses can wait, I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah, I used to be up a lot earlier.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But obviously the fight career is taken off. And we were just talking a bit off air there. I know we had Halloween last week. We heard that you brought out the T-Rex costume again. And I also hear, rumor has it, that it was a hit again.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. A couple of friends dressed up too, and we did a couple little skits. It was kind of funny.
Really? Okay. So what type of skits did you do?
Misha, my manager, he likes to do like some pro wrestling skit. So we did
No
one
way.
of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think I've asked you that before about pro wrestling, have I not? About if you'd ever go.
Yeah,
into it.
I don't really know much about it, but he likes it. So sometimes we just have some fun with it.
Okay, now be honest. Did you have fun with it? Because I know that's not something you like doing, going out of your comfort zone with the pro wrestling stuff. But did you have fun?
I mean, all I had to do was hit him with a metal chair, so it was pretty good.
Then it's pretty easy. Like, I guess if they sign you up for that part where you can just sort of, hit people, then it's probably all good. So
yeah, that works for me.
Let's talk about your last fight. You had a big step up in competition against Valerie Letourneau, a former UFC champion. You always learn more from a loss than a win. What did you take away from that performance?
I just took away that I've got to get better at my basics. Like just meshing my jiu-jitsu and my striking, my takedown defense was a little off. And so I think that's what lost me that fight was the inability to get up when she took me down, even though she didn't advance position very much, and just being quicker with my movement for my takedown defense.
And what was the best advice you got after that loss? Because this is your first professional loss, and I know it's you always want to correct those mistakes from the previous fight.
Well, I mean, my coach has been really good. I don't really take it as, losing. It's just a learning experience. So everybody's been very encouraging. My coach, Douglas Fry, and Derek Adkins, they both been just working on dialing my MMA in and just making it even better.
So you're taking on Bruna Ellen. She's got that 4-1 record. How do you feel like you match up against her in this fight?
I'm feeling really good about this fight. I think that she likes to strike, and so that'll be fun. And she's got pretty good ground game too, which I feel really good about for this fight. So I think it's just going to be a really fun fight.
She hasn't fought since August of 2017. That's a bit of a layoff, more than a year. Do you feel like that will impact her in this fight?
It could. It just depends on like what type of fighter she is. Some people get really, just rusty, but some people come back in like, even better. So I'm just going to be ready for anything.
And how's training camp going? You referenced some of your teammates there and coaches. Is it just business as usual as far as, training partners and everything?
I've had a lot of training partners this camp, way more than I usually have. I've been down at Genesis a lot with like Montana De La Rosa and Jinu Fry, and then up in Oklahoma, I've been training with Julia Avila. She's fighting on
in the Invicta card, that's
coming
right.
up
Yep.
soon. Training with her some, and then Stephanie Dalmatcher, which is great. She's a wrestler, so that's great for me.
And how important, I was going to say, how important is that in training camp to get those different looks? Because you go to a couple, like you said, you go to different gyms, in terms of preparing you for those different scenarios you might face in the fight.
It's great. I've actually had Sarah Alpar. She's a wrestler too, and she's training at my gym now. So, like, she's been like a perfect training partner for me because, like, she's just shooting on me all the time.
Yeah, she's fighting for the LFA title. I'm actually interviewing her tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's so funny you mentioned
the same
that.
night as me.
Yeah, so that's interesting. How about the weight cut? I know you always make weight, but I imagine that process has already started even a month out here.
Yeah, I'm just, cleaning everything up even more. I'm feeling great. Like, my weight's feeling great.
Now, did you have any Halloween candy last week?
No, I actually didn't.
Really?
Very
There you
good.
go. This is when you know you're taking the fight seriously, when you skip the Halloween candy. So I think that's pretty impressive. Is it a little bit of a bummer that this fight's on the 30th? Because, American Thanksgiving's the week before. Like, you're going to have to,
Yeah.
like, how do you navigate through that?
I mean, it's not that fun, but just have my food on hand and try to enjoy everybody else getting to eat.
Does your family sort of, like, I guess they understand it because you're a fighter, that, hey,
Oh, yeah.
like mom won't get offended if you're not having any turkey because you're like, hey, I gotta cut weight.
No, they're totally on board.
Do you freeze any of the Thanksgiving stuff? Because you can always have it after, right?
I haven't yet, because I think I've only had one fight before, like right after Thanksgiving, but
Okay.
that's a good idea because I really want some.
So you mentioned Sarah having her fight the same night. How does that work with the corners? Like, who's going to be cornering you for this fight?
So this fight, I think that Mark De La Rosa is going to be in my corner.
Nice.
From Genesis,
Yep.
so that's awesome. And Stephen Wright, I believe, and Justin Overton. So I've got a really good corner. It is different than normal, but I'm really comfortable with all these people, so I think it'll be great.
Now, Mark in Montana, I know sometimes go up to Factory X in Colorado and train up there. Is that something that would ever interest you? Because it seems like they have a lot of female bodies go through the gym.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't made it up there yet, but that's something I'm going to do in the future for sure.
Good stuff. How do you see this fight playing out on the 30th?
Well, hopefully it's gonna, be a good striking fight, but I'm ready for the ground too, always. I just love striking so much, but I'm hoping to stop it before the end with striking.
And you just fought Valerie Letourneau, like I mentioned. She's going to be fighting Alima Leigh McFarland for the flyweight title in Bellator. Who wins that fight? How do you think that fight plays out?
I think that standing, it may be, if she can keep it standing, Valerie will probably take it. But if it goes to the ground, Alima Leigh, I think she's gonna have the edge.
Okay, I like that assessment.
I like them both so much, so I can't decide.
No, for sure, and it's such a good fight outside the UFC. It's one of those fights that I hope gets the attention, and it being in Hawaii just adds that much more too. Which I think that's so cool, by the way, that Bellator is going to Hawaii before the UFC. Like, it's like one of the few times that Bellator can kind of get one up on the UFC. I thought that was neat.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm all into that. What's next for you? If you get this win here, you'll be 3-1. I know you're not looking past your opponent, but I'm sure you have an idea of how active you want to be and kind of where you place in the flyweight division, which, let's be honest, right now is a little bit wide open outside of this title fight.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, I would like to fight again pretty soon after my fight, depending on how the fight goes. A couple months after would be great. I want to stay pretty active this year, so I'm not really sure what Bellator has in mind for me yet, but I'm ready for anything.
And, you often fight a lot in Oklahoma. I mean, this fight's coming up here on the 30th in Oklahoma. I know that's close to home. Would you like to do any traveling? Bellator's doing all these international cards in Israel and Italy. Is that something you'd ever want to do?
Yeah, I'd definitely like to do some traveling. It's nice that this one is close to my home, but I definitely would love to do some traveling with it in the future.
Before I let you go, kind of talked a little bit about it there. The horseback riding, are you getting in any during training camp? Because I know that's a nice release for you outside of all the madness of training and everything.
Yeah, I've gotten in a couple times, like Saturday. Sometimes I'll go out and get a good ride in, and it's always very relaxing.
Okay, that's good. Now, do your coaches ever worry about that in case the horse just for whatever reason just decides, hey, I'm not having this, and launches you off or anything like that? Is there any worry there?
They haven't yet, but I've been pretty careful with my choices of horses that I ride. I have one that I kind of stick away from in camp because she's kind of crazy. But we haven't worried too much about it because I'm pretty smart about it.
And you're not doing the competition style where the horse jumps over the pylon or anything like that, right? It's just a straight ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot of jumping right now.
Okay, good stuff. Well, this is going to be a great card, November 30th, Bellator 210. Kristina, always good catching up with you. I appreciate the time as always. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours.
You can find me on Facebook at Kristina Warhorse Williams, and then Warhorse MMA on Instagram. Just thanks to my camp, American Elite and Genesis MMA. Thank you so much.